Hello, my Tubies and my Teletubbies. This is Sheila Truelove, and today we are going to be discussing men. No, not just men. Why so many black men are single and lonely. Now, the first thing that you're going to hear is a lot of people saying, "Really? So why are there so many ebony or black women who are single and lonely?" First, let's not get this twisted. Okay, first of all, ebony women, we what? We outnumber black men. But to be honest with you, women in general outnumber men. So it's understandable why you see so many ebony women or women, period, who are single. Also, you have a lot of ebony women who are single by what? By choice. Because so many ebony sisters are waking up, or they're already fully, and I mean fully, woke. They have come to realize that a lot of these so-called men have absolutely nothing to offer, nothing other than sex and problems. They want to demand the most, but they want to give the least. They want to demand everything. When I say everything, they want everything. Everything that they don't even have. They don't even have these things to offer, the things that they're demanding from women. Even when they get in their 50s, their 60s, and their 70s, they still don't have much to offer. Most of them, by these ages, when they hit those ages, they have nothing to offer. Let me tell you what they have to offer. They have heart disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, erectile dysfunction, and walking around looking crazy. You know, when you think about this day and age, this is not 40 or 50 years ago, but this day and age, you have a large percentage of ebony women who are highly educated. They have great jobs and they can take care of themselves. Who wants a man? I'm going to ask you this. Who wants a man who's a whore? You know, a man with all kinds of STDs and babies all around town. Black women, ebony women, guess what they're saying? No, thank you. No, thank you. Have you noticed how black men are always trying to encourage black women to date down? You're asking for too much. You require too much. The reason that they say this and the reason why they do this is because they're too lazy to educate themselves and to step up their game. They're too lazy to excel. Every other race, let's think about this. Every other race encourages their women to go for a what? A successful man. A man who's not struggling. But when it comes to ebony women, black women, we're told to lower our standards and to start requiring so much. Women of color are told to settle for struggle. And we're told to settle for all of this freaking gutter trash. You don't see no other race of men or parents telling their children to date down. Stop requiring so much. You're asking for too much. No other race does that. Only the black man. You know, ebony women we've wised up, we've smartened up, and we said if women still have to do everything for themselves, then what's the point of taking on additional stress, aggravation, and responsibilities with a man? He thinks simply because he has a penis, this gives him a right to have women. Are you serious? To be honest with you, world, not just ladies, but for the world to know, most of these black men are single simply because they are either, check this out, they're either gay, they're abusive, they're whores, they're liars, they're full-blown alcoholics, drug addicts, or they're just nutcases. They're nutcases. If you don't look like what the media is promoting, we know what the media promotes. Light skin, pale skin, you got to be skinny or thin, or you have to look like some porn star. If you don't look like that, or you don't measure up to those whatever, I don't even know what to even call that. If you're not measuring up to that, they think that they can treat you like dirt underneath their shoe. To be honest with you, hell, man, forget that. Even when you are a woman who look like what they say they want, They still treat you like shit. I recall one woman. You know what she said? She said, I hope my abusive ex, I hope he dies homeless in the gutter where he belongs. He's treated all the women in his life, including his mother and his sister, like absolute garbage, abusing them, using them, manipulating them, constantly trying to dominate and control them. Now, check this out, she said, and this is the fun part. He's in his 60s now. She says, and I'm laughing so hard. I'm laughing so hard because there is nobody in his life who wants to put up with his crap, and he has pushed everyone away. Why? With his narcissistic BS. Another reason why you see so many single, lonely black men in homeless shelters or at the YMCA living in small rooms is because most of these dusty nignogs, they are a slave to their penis, powering off, and their egos. When a woman is accomplished, let's just think about this. When a woman is accomplished and she has her SHIT or her stuff together, okay, you'll notice that this makes a lot of these men, especially black men, they feel badly about themselves. No matter how much the woman tries to water herself down, because I've done that so many times, trying to water myself down, or I tried to hide my light, and I did this so I could pump him up with hopes that this would make him feel better about himself. But no matter how much you do that, he still treats you like trailer trash. He will still treat you like trailer trash. It's always a catch-22 with these black men out here. You're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. So most ebony women this day and age, they're satisfied with being single and just focusing on themselves because these dudes, they're more trouble than they're worth. They only care about looks and what they can manipulate out of a woman. I don't want to hear this garbage because this is what you're going to hear them say. Well, what about women who do the same thing? You know what? That's a poor rebuttal. It's a poor argument because since God created men as the heads and as the leaders, they should be the ones to set what? They should be the ones to set the example. Women are only doing what men have shown us and what they have taught women to do. Let's think about it. Who started all of this can never be satisfied with just one woman. Let's go back in biblical times. They had to have how many concubines and how many wives, never satisfied with just one good woman. So you know what? And that has moved, progressed on throughout the ages, but that's okay, buddy boy. I'm going to let you hear a video with this guy. He's sitting up here crying like crazy. He's suicidal. It's a black man. And he's ready to kill himself. Okay? Why? Because the female that he loved, he fell in love with her deeply. She's cheating on him like hell. She got her a boo on the side doing all kind of nooners. Nooners. That's what most women are doing now. Anyway, women, we are clever. That's one thing about us. We are definitely clever. I'm going to let you hear that before this is over, or I'll give you where it's located at, because he's crying like I never cheated on you, I never did nothing like that. He's totally falling apart and actually tried committing suicide, because you see, these clowns know how to dish it out, but they don't know how to take it. You taught us this, how to be sneaky, underhanded, how to lie and cheat. How we should not be satisfied with just one guy. Why would I be satisfied with one when I could have 2 or 3 boos on the side? Straight up and down. You taught us that. And these males out here, ladies, don't listen to them when they're talking about it's hard to find a good woman out here. You can't find any more good. Look, honey, they don't want good women. Because if they wanted good women, the porno industry wouldn't be $1 billion industry. Prostitution would have dried up a long time ago. Who's keeping that alive? It damn sure ain't the women. They're not sitting up here making this $1 billion industry, almost getting ready to be $1 trillion industry. It's these males out here who's keeping this porno. Women degrading themselves, men even degrading themselves. They're keeping all this alive. So when they sit up here and try to brainwash you, talk about you can't find no good women, but you don't want good women. You don't. How in the hell is it that prostitution is becoming more lucrative than having a regular career? I mean, hold up, but I thought you said you wanted good women. No, I think not. Ladies, trust me when I tell you, most of these black men, they don't understand that relationships and marriage take what? I'm going to be silent here. Marriage and relationship takes what? It takes work. It's like a job. Everybody wants one and everybody wants to get paid, but they don't want to put in the work. The work. And that's your black man, honey. Most of these black men, they have the mind of a child that has not progressed past the age of, let me see. Well, mine, he didn't get past the age of 6. But most of these black men out here, they have a mind of a child that has not progressed past the age of 12 or 13 years old. That means that we have nothing but children. You know, we're their mommy, constantly taking care of them, constantly, you know, doing things that a mother would do. No, they haven't passed the age of 12 or 13. They're only interested in instant gratification. That's the mind of a child. They're very impulsive. And I don't mean impulsive. They are very, very impulsive. They never take time to think, you know, before they do things. You have to think things through. But when you're impulsive, you just act out. You just, I'm in this situation, I'm going to do it. I'm not thinking nothing through. That's the same thing as a person who is ready to jump into a swimming pool without checking to see if there's water in the pool first. They don't take time to even look to see if there's water in the swimming pool. They just dive right in. Everything with them is all about instant gratification. Childish. Come on. Now, black men, they may be strong physically, but they have the weakest minds out of all the other races of men. And the reason I say this is because anytime you will let the media, the idiot box, advertisement, commercials, magazines, movies, what have you, anytime you will let these things turn you against your own race of women, then you are an imbecile with a very, very weak mind. That describes the black man. Really. Look at my hair, I look crazy. You'll find that a lot of these black men, they constantly say that ebony women or black women, we have a bad attitude, we're confrontational, we like to argue. But if black men, if they know their history, black women picked cotton, we were raped, we were beaten, we had our children taken away from us. Just like the black man. Black women had to be as tough and as strong as their male counterparts. We went through the same difficult times as these black men. So for them to hate us, and the number one thing that they hate us is for our strength. And for us standing up and speaking up for ourselves, you know, and we're not putting up with their bullery. Those are the main reasons why they have issues with ebony and black women, or black, whatever you choose. I say ebony because ebony means beautiful, and God knows that's what we are. Amazingly beautiful. But anyway, black men, they need to remember their history. They need to remember that black women, they had to learn. They had to learn to cope. And we black women, we had to learn how to bounce back from all the hardship and the abuse that we had to endure. You know? After black women have survived, let's think about all the things that ebony women have survived. Slavery, racism, Jim Crow, and all of this white supremacy. Black men think that we're supposed to put up with all their all the crap that they put us through. We've already been through so much. Okay? And don't tell me where you haven't experienced that, blah, 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 blah. We're still going through the aftermath of it. Because anytime you have Caucasian people who are still benefiting from what their ancestors did in the past, they're still benefiting. So yeah, they're still accountable. They say, well, why are you sitting up here trying to blame us? We didn't do slavery, but you're still benefiting from it, sweetheart. And you're still taking full advantage of it. And ebony women, we're still going through the same crap and still having to undergo from the things that happened in the past. We're still going through it, even though I didn't personally become Jane Pittman or what have you, but I'm still going through the aftermath. Caucasian people are still benefiting from what happened back in the day of slavery. So as long as they're still benefiting, they are still accountable. And black men need to remember their history. So like I said, after all the hardship that ebony women had to go through, and we had to learn how to be resilient, we had to learn how to bounce back from all the hardship and all the abuse that we had to endure, and then we're supposed to sit up here and put up with all this additional abuse, all this extra disrespect and mistreatment. Most of these black men, they don't even want to go out, they don't even want to go in their pocket to pay for dinner. You got to pay half, or you got to do, they can't even go in their pocket to try to treat you halfway decent, let alone be a halfway decent provider. Ebony women, guess what they're saying all over the world? They're saying, nope, I don't think so. And guess what? No, thank you. No, thank you. Now, a lot of the times you'll run into some black men who they want to settle down. You know why? Once they get sick and they're all broken down with a penis that constantly, and I got to put emphasis on this, constantly malfunctions or don't work at all. They got to watch porno in order to get something going on, lusting after other women. That's what makes it happen for you? Really? I don't do it for you. I don't understand that concept, but whatever. What women, I got to ask you, what woman in her right mind want anything like that? Once he's all broken down, now he's ready to settle down. That's not a companion or partner. That's a patient. That's a patient. Most women who have these type of males, you can trust and believe she's having nooners on her lunch break at her job before she have to go back home to Mr. Broken Down. And listen to me, Mr. Noodle. You know what a noodle is, right? Limp and noodle dick, penis, noodle penis. She definitely has a nooner. She has something that she does on lunchtime. Like I said, not even black women, I'm just saying women in general, are clever. How the hell is he going to know what the hell you're doing if you're doing nooners? You know what I'm saying? Lunchtime, I meet you at the motel, make it happen, pop off. I'll be there at 1 o'clock. Make sure you're naked. Make it happen, baby. We're going to pop this off. I have so many females coming to me, not coming to me, but we talk about it. Oh my God, this was, oh my God, I could barely walk after the way this guy handled me. I could barely walk. Personally, me, I'm not into all that craziness. Well, I don't want to be barely walking. No, that's not my thing. But I listen to the females, yeah. And I know that these guys that are coming to pick them up, I've seen their husbands come to pick them up at work, or I've seen their husbands come by at lunchtime somewhat, or come by at like 3 o'clock or something like that. And I know that those people that I saw them getting in the car with, that's not their husbands. Women are clever. Now, do I agree with all of this? No, I don't. Because I don't see the point of why did you get married if you're not going to remain committed. You know what I'm saying? For that, you should have stayed single. At the same time, so many of these women do it because they're in sexless marriages. He has erectile dysfunction. His penis is constantly losing erections. And I know it could be medical. It could be some medication he's on. Okay, but at least be a nice person. No, they're sitting up there with their erectile dysfunction, but they sit up there in front of their wives, or not even in front of. They could sit up here and lust after other women. So she says, you know what? Screw you. Look at my finger. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to have me some Noonas on the side. Freak you, dude. Because you could manage to get your shit going when it comes to, excuse my colloquialism, I cursed here. When it comes to looking at this female, yeah, really? Or every time we go out, let me tell you what made me want to cheat. And I'm not a cheating type of female. I'm not. But when I'm out with a man or my husband, and he's constantly looking at other women, he has a wandering eye, I'm ready to cheat. Because according to the Bible, when you're looking at another woman and you have lust for her, like you're imagining, wow, what she looks like with them pants, or I can imagine what her tits look like with her, that's lust. And when I see a man is like that, that makes me want to cheat, because the Bible says that's the same as cheating. You already cheated in your heart. You already cheated in your heart. So you cheated, nigga. So you know what's up? I'm ready to go out there too. The only thing that stops me is I'm a Christian woman. I'm on God's team. Because trust me, if I was like a person who didn't care about spirituality, and if I didn't care, let's put it this way, if I didn't give a damn about how God felt about things and Jesus Christ felt about things, trust him why, I'd always have me at least 2 boos. I would have me 2 side pieces. So when one is not available, the other one is. Nooners, I would always do nooners. Or I would always say I'm working late at the office. Come on, now I work with the legislature. We're always working late. They wouldn't know. I would always do it like that. But because I'm on God's team, I can't get down like that because my conscience won't let me. Boy, but if my conscience would just give me a break, I'm good. I'm good. Really. You know, when it comes to me and when a man starts to break down, let me tell you something. I'm not a fool. I'm not nobody's fool. He has to have something that he's going to bring to the table. He has to have either spirituality, he has to have cash, he has to have knowledge, bring that to the table. When I say knowledge, I mean a man who could always teach me useful things, because a man who could teach me things, and the only man that could do that is a man who's an avid reader. If you're an avid reader, you're constantly learning new stuff. You're always going to be teaching me things. You know what I'm saying? A man who loves reading opposed to just sitting on his ASS looking at an idiot box. Yeah. So I know that people get older and men break down, but you're going to have something to bring to the table, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Spirituality, cash, or knowledge. That's just how Sheila True Love operates. How about that? The thing I notice, and I'm a firm believer, and I will always support, is black men. They really need to shut off that idiot box. You know, the retardation box. Retardation. And they need to start picking up a book. Because the media, marketing, advertisement, movies, it have got them so indoctrinated. Look up the word indoctrinated. They are so brainwashed to a point where they have completely lost their morals. They have none, thanks to the media and movies, magazines, advertisement, marketing. They have, especially around the sports time, you know, when they have the Super Bowls and all that, that's when they really put those commercials out, and they're promoting light skin, pale skin, anything skinny or thin. You know how it goes. Yeah, they really need to turn off that idiot box, and they need to pick up a book so they don't be so mentally limited. You know what I mean? Because God knows this media and all of this stuff have totally brainwashed them to a point they don't have any morals, and they have completely, listen to me when I speak, please. I beg of you. Listen to me when I speak. They have completely lost their freaking mind. How sad is this? You know, there's this woman, and she works in the medical field. And you know what she said? She said in the medical field, because you know she's I think she's a nurse or a doctor, and she's a doctor or whatever. And she said she sees this all the time. She has so many black men who are coming into the hospital. They're coming in by themselves. They don't have no woman. They don't have no children trying to help them out. They come in by themselves, and they can't understand what the doctor is saying to them. They are confused about their medications. Their clothes are dirty and they smell like urine. And so many, she said, she has seen who have these early stages of dementia. They don't have women or children around to help them because they did not invest in anyone. So now, when they need someone, there's no one out there. There's no one out there. Like she said, she has seen this so many times. So ladies, hey, never sweat the small stuff. They got books on that. Never sweat the small stuff. I got all of those books pretty much. But anyway, they have no one out there. No children, no wives, no women who love them or care about them. They did so much narcissistic nonsense and abuse to people until they done ran everybody off. Freak you. Nobody's willing to say it's not what you can get, it's what you can keep. Or they may be able to get women, but can they keep them? No, they can't. So I say, let these black men keep on treating women badly, because guess what? Karma never, excuse me, karma never loses anyone's address, and karma, guess what? Karma don't have Alzheimer's, and karma don't have dementia. All you black men who are treating women, you out there slinging dick. You slinging dick. You know, women want to feel like they're special, they're important, and that, you know, they matter. I'm not special, and I'm not important, and I'm not, no. When you whatever you give to me, you give it to her too. Sex is sacred, okay? You take what's special, what's important, and make a woman feel valued. Everything that makes a woman feel valued, special, and important, you're slinging that all over to everybody else. So, believe me when I tell you, karma does not have Alzheimer's or dementia, and you will reap what you sow. You plant rotten seeds, you're going to get back rotten fruitage. This is Sheila True Love, always loving you, always. And like I said, never sweat the small stuff. You always have a choice. Please, like the Jehovah God and Jesus Christ says, please choose wisely. I love you. Until next time, bye.